All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Definitely. Always up for a good deep dive.
Well, today we're going deep on something that sounds like, well, it sounds straight out of science fiction.
Oh, lay it on me.
The zoo hypothesis.
The zoo
Yeah.
hypothesis.
Like, picture this Earth, but it's like a giant cosmic zoo, and we're the main attraction.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Where are we getting this from?
So we found this Reddit thread, right? And people are just riffing on this whole zoo hypothesis thing. Some of these comments are wild, and some, I gotta say, are pure gold.
Reddit, huh? Yeah. Well, it's a pretty captivating idea. And you know what? It kind of ties into this big old mystery in astrophysics, the Fermi paradox.
Right, the Fermi paradox. Like the universe is huge EE.
Exactly. So many stars, so many planets. Statistically speaking, it's almost impossible that we're the only intelligent life out there.
Yeah, you'd think the galaxy would be buzzing with activity, but
Crickets.
exactly, total radio silence. It's like, you know that awkward silence at a party where you know someone should be saying something?
But everyone's just glued to their phones.
Right. Except this party is like the entire universe.
Yeah.
And the silence, it's been going on for billions of years.
See, that's where the zoo hypothesis comes in. It's like, what if they are out there, but they're just watching us?
Like from afar.
Yeah, kind of like how we observe animals in a wildlife sanctuary. Just observing, not interfering.
Okay, so let's unpack this zoo hypothesis thing. Why would these super advanced aliens be so shy about saying hello?
Well, there are a few possibilities. I mean, one idea is they're trying to protect us,
Protect us from what? Like alien germs?
more like cultural or technological contamination. Think of it, we're still figuring out how to use social media responsibly.
You're telling me.
Imagine if a civilization way more advanced than us just suddenly drops hyperdrive technology in our lap. It'd be chaos.
Yeah, that's a good point. It probably wouldn't end well for us. It'd be like giving a toddler a chainsaw.
Exactly.
Speaking of toddlers, there's this one Reddit comment. It compares humans to like volatile teenagers.
Huh. I think I saw that one. Prone to drama, bad decisions.
Right. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it from the alien perspective. I mean, would you want to start a conversation with someone who's like constantly throwing tantrums and starting fights?
Probably not my first choice, no.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe these advanced aliens are watching us, just waiting for us to, mature a bit as a species.
Become a little less volatile.
Precisely. Before they decide, okay, maybe these humans are ready for a chat.
But wouldn't they be at least a little curious about us?
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, there's this other comment in the thread. It's pretty funny. It compares our lives to what an alien would hear if they asked a human what they conquered after being on Earth.
Oh, I saw that one. Like, I conquered my inbox.
Exactly. Work, marriage, kids. Maybe not the exciting stuff of space operas.
So maybe that's WHY they're holding back. They look at us and they're just like, ah, kind of underwhelming, guys.
Maybe. Well, it's like, if they are watching, they might be waiting for us to hit some big milestones. A sign that we're ready for the galactic big leagues.
Like interstellar travel, because there was this other comment comparing humans to ants in a garden.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
And it was asking, like, would we even try to talk to ants?
Interesting analogy. And honestly, if I saw some ants building a tiny Eiffel Tower, I'd probably be more impressed than wanting to, have a conversation.
Right, but okay, ants aside, we have tried to communicate with other species here on Earth.
Yeah, that's true. Dolphins,
Yeah.
chimps, even our dogs. We haven't quite cracked the code yet, though.
Maybe that's what makes the aliens hesitant. Like, they see we can't even understand other life on our own unintimate planet, so why bother with us?
Interesting thought. They could be waiting for a clearer signal that we're, intellectually and technologically on their level.
And speaking of signals, remember how we sent those nudes into space?
The new.
You know? The Voyager Golden Record. A little bit of human anatomy. A mixtape. Maybe that's why they're avoiding us.
Well, the Voyager Golden Record, it was more like a message in a bottle.
Hmm.
A snapshot of humanity and our planet.
Mm-hmm.
It did include representations of human anatomy, yeah, but also a ton of music from around the world.
So imagine some alien civilization gets their hands or tentacles or whatever on this Voyager record. They expect some grand cosmic symphony, and they get Chuck Berry. Johnny B. Good.
I doubt Chuck Berry would single-handedly deter an entire alien civilization.
You never know.
But you do raise a good point, our technological maturity. Maybe they are waiting for us to achieve something like interstellar travel, a sign we've graduated to, the next level.
Interstellar travel would definitely change things, but what if? What if they already came by Earth, like millions of years ago?
Already came by.
Yeah, there was a comment about that. What if aliens visited during the dinosaur era, saw giant lizards everywhere, and just decided to come back later?
And decided things might be more interesting next time.
Right. Imagine their faces when they come back and find us.
Talk about a letdown. It's an amusing thought, but, it kind of brings up this concept called the Great Filter.
The great filter.
Yeah, the idea is maybe most civilizations just self-destruct before they get to the interstellar travel stage.
You mean like we blow ourselves up before we even get a chance to meet the neighbors?
It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe that explains why we haven't encountered any other alien life yet.
So maybe nukes weren't our best invention. And then there was this other comment asking if we are the first intelligent life.
The first?
Yeah, like what if some super advanced tech always leads to a universe reset? A cosmic control plus alt plus delete.
Whoa, that's a pretty mind-blowing idea.
Yeah.
It's super speculative, of course, but there are theories, like the Big Rip, where the universe tears itself apart,
Yeah.
and maybe it starts over.
And maybe that wipes the slate clean, starts a new cycle.
Exactly.
Or maybe it's not a reset. What if we are the experiment? Like
Yeah.
some alien middle schooler's science project.
That'd explain a few things.
Right. We're just these cosmic guinea pigs.
Like a reality show.
Exactly. And these aliens are watching, placing bets on whether we'll figure out climate change or achieve world peace.
Okay, so maybe not quite a reality show, but
Hmm.
that idea does tie into a pretty fascinating concept, the simulation hypothesis,
Oh, yeah. Like, what if we're all just living in a really advanced computer program?
created by some superintelligence.
So we're basically Sims, just trying to build houses and, like, avoid existential dread. And speaking of existential dread, there's this comment about aliens abducting humans
Abducting humans for what?
for a galactic version of Crocodile Hunter.
Oh, boy. Let's maybe not go down that rabbit hole. But, the idea behind it, it is interesting if you think about the Kardashev scale.
The Kardashev scale, which measures how advanced a civilization is.
Right. Aliens capable of interstellar travel, they might be so advanced that we're basically like amoebas to them.
So it's not even that they're avoiding us, they just don't even register us.
It's a bit of a humbling thought. We're worried about climate change and the latest singing competition, and they're out there manipulating space-time, composing interstellar symphonies.
It's kind of terrifying and kind of exhilarating, you know?
It definitely puts things into perspective.
But hey, maybe they're watching our reality TV for laughs. Who knows?
Now, that's a thought. Maybe they DO find us fascinating. Our art, our music, even just the sheer diversity of life on this planet.
It's kind of paradox, right? Like, we might be insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but also totally unique and precious.
Exactly. We're like this little blue marble full of life. And that's what makes the zoo hypothesis so intriguing. Even if it's just a thought experiment, it makes you question everything, like our place in the universe. Are we really alone? Or are we just one tiny piece of this huge EE puzzle?
And it makes you wonder, what would it take for us to graduate from this galactic zoo?
Graduate.
Yeah, like what level of tech or social development, what would these advanced aliens consider worthy of contact?
Now that's a question. Is it just about building bigger, better spaceships? Or is it about something more?
Right, like maybe learning to coexist, not just with each other, but with our planet too.
That's a good point. Maybe they're looking for wisdom, responsibility, not just raw power.
Because we've already seen what happens when we get our hands on powerful tech. And it doesn't always go so well.
It's that old saying, right? With great power comes great responsibility.
Maybe they're waiting for us to prove we're not going to turn into the galactic toddlers with flamethrowers.
Exactly. But imagine if we did make contact.
I mean, can you even imagine?
It would change everything. Science, philosophy, religion.
The ultimate culture shock.
But also an incredible opportunity to learn, to grow.
Okay, but what would first contact even look like?
I mean, who knows? Text message. Beam down to Times Square.
Maybe they just send a super advanced AI to, like, teach us galactic etiquette.
Right. I mean, science fiction has explored this a lot. Sometimes it leads to conflict, destruction, sometimes enlightenment.
Heads we win, tails we lose. But even if we never actually make contact, just the idea of the zoo hypothesis, it makes you think, about our potential cosmic neighbors, about how much we don't know about the universe.
Absolutely. It's humbling, but it's also kind of inspiring, don't you think?
It is, because it makes you wonder, if we are being watched, What kind of impression are we making?
What would it take to get that invitation to the galactic party?
Right. And is it about spaceships and lasers?
Well,
Or something bigger than
or
that?
maybe it's about becoming a species truly worthy of joining that galactic community. Something to think about.
It really makes you think, huh, are we like putting our best foot forward, cosmically speaking?
It all comes back to the Fermi paradox and the zoo hypothesis.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding aliens, it's about understanding ourselves, our potential, our future in this universe that might be teeming with life, even if it's life we can't even comprehend.
So while we wait for those answers, maybe the best thing we can do is just keep exploring, keep learning.
Keep asking questions.
And maybe, just maybe, try to be a little less like those toddlers with flamethrowers.
Exactly. And you never know. Maybe one day we'll solve the Fermi paradox. We'll know if Earth really is a cosmic exhibit, or just one of many planets in a galaxy full of life. But until then, the search continues.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive into the zoo hypothesis. We hope you enjoyed it.
It's a fascinating concept.
It really is. And who knows, maybe we are being watched. Maybe one day we'll get that invitation to the galactic party. But until then, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep exploring those big cosmic mysteries. We'll see you next time.